Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Real quick video here. Just want to talk a little bit about Brandon Rios versus Humberto Soto. Man, Humberto Soto, man, I almost forgot he was still fighting, man. Like, I seen a couple of his fights like from 2016 and 2018, but then after that, I just kind of like, just see him, but I'm not really paying attention to him. And then now just seeing him on the main event on this DAZN card against Brandon Rios, another shot Warren fighter, man. I was just like, wow, man. This was a crazy fight. But Humberto Soto, he was able to pull out the unanimous decision in a pretty action-packed fight between Brandon Rios. But, for me, this is the type of fight at this point, two guys that have been through wars like this. Humberto Soto, who's 38, actually a little bit older. He's been, he has like over 70 fights. And somebody like Brandon Rios, who doesn't have that type of record, but he's been through some wars, and it sounds like it too. He's faced a devastating knockout loss to somebody like Danny Garcia. It kind of makes you wonder how many years do these guys have left, even if they are putting on exciting fights like they did last Saturday night. The fight, it was just a basic all-out, brawl-out fight. They were going back and forth. Brandon Rios, he was being the puncher and the brawler that he is, constantly putting pressure on Humberto Soto, where Humberto Soto, he was showing the heart and the grit where, hey, I can hang with you, but at the same time, I got that next level where I know I can sneak in, some sneaky shots that you might not know about. You know what I mean? I'm the skilled veteran here who's been fighting longer. So, I got the ability to landing more in bunches, and at the same time, counter you as well. So there was a lot of back and forth rounds here where at times Humberto Soto, of course, he was showing his age, where Rios, he could just, come on stronger and be the all-out, brawl-out guy, like I said. But, at times the experience and old man strength, the old man wisdom of Humberto Soto would just come alive. And, he was like sticking the left hook to the body, over and over, and then he would come back to the right hand to the head. But it was just one of those good fights where, guys are just going back and forth. But like I said, man, at the same time, part of me is just feeling like, damn, man, these guys are old. Should they really be in there like, beating each other's brains out like this, especially like when I think of like Humberto Soto, just the way he looked, man, he just looked so much older, man. Like Rios actually looked like he was fighting his dad in there, but, of course, like Soto being the dad, he whooped Rios' ass, you know what I mean? He was still putting that next level on him, like I said, but overall, it was just an interesting fight, man, as far as like seeing where Humberto Soto has been, as far as what he can still do, to some of these bigger guys, man. But like I said, Brandon Rios, he's not really much as far as, for Humberto Soto. If Humberto Soto still has even like a fifth of what he used to have, he could beat Brandon Rios. But it was just one of those exciting fights. Like, I was actually going back and forth with this fight and the PBC fight between Anthony Durrell. And I was actually more interested in that fight. I was actually looking at that fight more. But I was just going back and forth to this Rios and Soto fight. Just good back and forth action. Just go to the DAZN app and, or look it up however you want to find the link to the fight and check it out if you just like all-out, brawl-out fights. But, man, from here, I want both of these fighters to retire, especially Brandon Rios, man, because Rios, he has lesser fights than Soto, but I just feel like his time is done, man. Because even after this fight, he might continue to fight these little fights like this on DAZN, for checks, even as main events. But him losing this fight, I don't even know if he could be a main event on the DAZN card because, I don't feel like he was really showing that. He's been lost that level to me. Brandon Rios, like, I don't want to see the guy hurt. You know what I mean? He's younger than me, so I don't want to see a guy like this hurt. Especially at his age, man. He has kids and everything. So, at this point between him and Bermane Stiverne, I think they both need to retire. I think Brandon Rios, if he's not going to evolve into more of a boxer at this age, if he just continues to brawl, that's going to be a dangerous thing for him. To continue to just, go in there and try to show your balls, As men, we know we got balls, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you're stepping in the ring, I give a guy respect all day for the ability to go in there toe-to-toe and, represent yourself, you know what I mean, as an individual. But, when you get to that age, in boxing years, you could be 28, you know, had so many wars, but in boxing years, that's like you're almost like 45, you know what I mean, or 50. So for me, somebody like Brandon Rios, I just feel like, you know, he showed us that. You know, he showed us he's a warrior. He can go in there and go toe to toe with you and you know, take punishment and give punishment. At the same time, like I said, that's a warrior, but you know, you ain't got to prove it no more. You know, I hope that you know, he makes the right choice and just says, hey, it's time to hang it up, because you know, when you got kids at that age, man, like young kids, you got to be there for them. I'd hate to see him wind up brain damaged, or you know, or blind, or you know, anything happen to him like Gerald McClellan. So yeah, man, I want to see him retire as well as Humberto Soto, because this fight was at welterweight, and I really don't think it's going to lead to a title shot. Humberto Soto could keep winning on this level, but we know he's not going to be ready for no Pacquiao fight. You know, Pacquiao, that's a different old. We know he's not going to be ready for Errol Spence fight. Hell no. You know, or Bud or Thurman. So I think I'd rather see both of these guys retire. You know, if Soto wants to keep fighting on this level, more power to him, but he's going to have to use more boxing skill and not take as much punishment as he did. Rios, like I said, I want to see him hanging up as well, man. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. It was a good little entertaining fight, you know, if any. But yeah, let me know what you guys think Soto and Rios should do from here. Just, you know, leave a comment in the comment section. As well, subscribe to the channel, you know, help support it, and subscribe to the Jab Effect YouTube channel as well. That's where I talk anything, everything boxing over there with the boxing podcast. But yeah, man, I'll be back with another video. Subscribe. Peace.